What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. If you haven't checked out my last videos, please do so. Xbox Beast Fire was a great show. D Dealer all day, P Reaper. D and Dealer were breaking down, with the highly rumored CPU of the uh, Project Scorpio. I love fireballs. Project Scorpio. Pricing is very, very cheap, very affordable. We kind of touched about the Nintendo Switch specs leak, but I'm gonna go more into that today. Something I want to say. It's not gonna be all doom and gloom as you think. We talked about a few things. Like I said, check out Xbox Beast Fire. Again, there was a problem with YouTube, so you may see two Xbox Beast Fires there. It's like a 5-minute segment in a longer show. Also, there are two, part one and part two, to BGST. Shot one Sunday, shot one Monday. Check it out. Great show as always. And last but not least, if you're not subscribed to the show, to the channel, please do so. I have something big on the way. You guys are going to love it. Subscribe, hit the like button, and and hit the notification button. Anyway, getting right into today's video. Now, for those of you that know, that have been rocking out with me, I've been very critical of Nintendo in the past. And the reason why I say that I've been very critical of them, um, because I'm sorry for saying, because when I think of Nintendo, I look at Nintendo as being the grandfather of gaming. They saved the gaming industry, so some people like to say. It was my first console. The NES was my first console. Now this isn't the actual console, but the NES was my first console. It got me into gaming. It wasn't the Atari, it wasn't the ColecoVision, it wasn't the Vectrex. Vectrex, I don't know if you guys probably remember that. It was the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Gyromite, the Duck Hunt. Oh, and the reason why I'm saying this, like I said, for Nintendo to be the grandfather of gaming, like I feel they should be leading the industry, not so far behind the curve. So, an indie developer they said, which is kudos to Nintendo. Before, a lot of smaller developers were complaining that Nintendo doesn't really let them get hands to the dev kits to start making games, and they're very difficult to work with. But now, going forward with the Switch, Nintendo's been very, forthcoming as far as letting developers see what they have, what's their vision, and a lot of developers have been praising Nintendo and what they're trying to do. Cool. So, an anonymous indie developer leaked the actual specs of the Nintendo Switch. Now, you know the thing about Nintendo, they don't really talk about the specs of their consoles, really. They used to, the Nintendo 64, stuff like that, but not anymore, you know what I mean? Like, we don't know exactly. They have a theory what's inside, what's the GPU and what's inside the Wii U, but Nintendo doesn't really come out and say. And they hit all the developers with NDAs, you know what I mean? Don't talk about it. But this one indie dev, wanted to remain anonymous and release the actual specs of the dev kit. Now, it kind of goes along to what Digital Foundry, I believe, was, or Windows Spots, or Eurogamer leaked it. The Nintendo Switch will be using a Tegra 1 chip. You know what I mean? It's 2017. Tegra 1 is a very old, very old. You know what I mean? And for you Nintendo's enthusiasts say, well, the Xbox One and the PS4 were outdated when they released. I get it. But anyway, this going through, it's a quad core. One core is reserved for the OS. So you really have 3 cores on a mobile chip. To put this in layman terms, I'm not going to get all technical. We had the guy from Ubisoft that came out and said, about a month and a half ago, one of their ex-developers, and said, I think he was doing an interview, and he wasn't trying to slam the Switch, But he was basically saying there's no way in hell that the Nintendo Switch can run the same AAA multiplats as or graphically demanding games as the PS4 and Xbox One. It's not enough. But and so I'm gonna keep it simple. It's not enough memory bandwidth. Again, I'm gonna go one step further. For those of you that have been here since 2013, um, it's got big. Oh, wow, got a little bigger. For those of you that have been here since 2013, in this console war, a lot of developers had issues with the Xbox One memory bandwidth. I think that was like 95 gigabytes per second, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that was including um, with the eSRAM or not, but it was like 95 gigabytes or something like that. Um, if I'm at least I'm paraphrasing, you know, I'm off above a few, but it was something along those lines. And like I said, to give that to you in comparison, the main memory bandwidth of the Nintendo Switch is 25.6 gigabytes. Now, hear me out. This is not to say that um, Nintendo itself probably couldn't make decent looking games on their own hardware. That's kind of like with Nintendo. That's what any company, Microsoft, makes they get all the juice out of the Xbox One, whether it's Gears 4, Forza Horizon. Same thing with Sony. But, you guys may not like the Order 1886, but it's a nice looking game. The Uncharted, how Sony's able to get all the, how you say, mustard on the hot dog. Boom. Now, my issue, and I'm gonna say this again. This is not next gen fanboying or me being over the top, but the issue that this Switch is gonna have again, and it's very important. I don't know why some of you guys don't understand this, but you need multi. And I'm not saying the Switch is not going to have multi-plat. Well, they have 50 developers on the screen. I'm not saying that. But when developers have to go out of their way to make games, especially for your hardware, like the Wii, that's when it becomes an issue. I'll give you an example. FIFA 18. It's not using a port of the PS4 or the Xbox One. It's running its own custom version. You know, somewhere probably between the PS3, the 360, and you understand what I'm saying? That's when it's becoming an issue. Now, good part, as in handheld, for those of you maybe that are in handheld, it kicks ass when it's compared to the Vita. If you're comparing it to, the Vita or the 3DS, it's much more powerful, plain and simple. But when you're comparing it to a home console or what's on the market right now, it falls short, really short. Handheld, cool. But here's the problem again. Nintendo was not marketing this as their handheld, as the successor to the 3DS. This is their ninth generation offering. Nintendo said the president of Nintendo said out of his own mouth that they're not, they're maybe working on a successor to the 3DS. Maybe a light bulb may go off right now, and again, you're gonna see where I'm coming from. I kind of coined this term and saying, hey, have we not seen this movie before? You know what I mean? Because again, I mean, and I hate this like a broken record, but you get multi-plats every week, like say every Tuesday, or at least you guaranteed a big AAA multi-plat every month. You get exclusives every 3 to 4 months, right? So what is Nintendo going to do in that time? Maybe the indie crowd will probably, and this is probably where I see the Nintendo Switch having success. Is the indie, the community go out there and take advantage and make these unique games for it. But here, again, you're not going to get the Injustices, the Tekken 7s, the Star Wars Battlefronts and stuff like that. See, initial launch, you guys say, hey, I can play my AAA games on the go. No. Okay. So, will I be getting the Nintendo Switch? No. That's not for me. Again, I don't want to feel like I'm taking a step back. Still, again, no achievements. You need a paid app to, for voice communication. There's no party chat, and you can only talk to. There's no voice chat in the lobby. You can only talk to people that you're already friends with. Okay, cool, no problem with that. But how are you gonna meet people online and play with them? Know if you want to like them, you want to be their friend. What's that? How that meme go? Okay. With that, also too, something I want to touch in here. Um, so we can kind of put the power of the bed, the thing to bed for you guys were saying, next gen you hate. I told you guys before, it was extremely anemic. No one believed. Well, I won't say no one didn't believe me. A lot of you Nintendo guys were saying no. No, it's when in comparing it to the Vita, it's a kick-ass system. But when you're comparing it to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, it really falls short. You know what I mean? It really falls short. Four cores, quad core. Well, really, it's a tri-core because you can't use one of the core. One of the cores is allocated for the OS and all that stuff. So you got 3 cores, 3.5 gigs of RAM on a mobile chip. Okay, now also what I want to touch on, Nintendo is introducing something kind of new as far as the Zelda franchise, that they will be having a season pass, more like the DLC for the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Now here's the thing: a lot of you Nintendo fans were saying, "Hey, see, look, Nintendo doesn't, screw with their consumers. They give you the full game. They give you the full game. We don't have to buy map packs and DLC. We get the full game at launch." You know. So now, like I said, and again, and I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with if you like to buy DLC. That's not what I'm saying. But a lot of you Nintendo fans was very vocal about that. We only gotta buy backpack. Nintendo gives you the full game. So now Nintendo gives you. They have to pay to play online, and they selling you DLC season pass and stuff with the Legend of Zelda. Like I said today, I want to hear you guys' thoughts about that. Also, too, before I get the hell up out of here, like I said, you guys, if you look into, you want artwork for your channel, thumbnails, avatars, whatever for your channel, you got to hit my man, the graphic god, Jay Williams. He's the man. But like I said today, I want to get you guys' thoughts about the leaked dev kits. We see what it is. There's no more rumors. X is the Tegra X1 chip. And how do you guys feel about that? Are you still going to get it? To play Zelda or whatever the case may be. How do you feel about me personally? It should probably be the first Nintendo console. I've never, I don't buy the handhelds. This will be the first Nintendo console that I won't be owning myself. I bought the Wii U and I bought the Wii. Well, actually, I didn't buy the Wii. I got it for my birthday. I can't do it anymore. But hey, maybe you guys may like it. But this is your boy Next Gen 720. I'm about to check out this for honor. I can't find my main control, so I'm gonna be using my Elite. I like my little white. I love the Elite controller any damn way, but I was using my white one that came with the damn Xbox One S, whatever. But anyway, it's your boy Next Gen 720. I'm out of here, man. Bang.